Okay, the title says, when no one believes you or doesn't care, you're the sacrifice. When no one believes you or they don't care, you're the sacrifice. Okay, so we're talking about when there are situations with the cult. As you can see here, I got this from Chat GPT, and it says what cult control often looks like. You're not weak. If this resonates, you're not imagining it. Isolation from family or friends, fear of punishment, doom, or abandonment, pressure to obey leaders, guilt, shame, or threats if you leave, financial or housing dependence. Mhm. What else? Okay, well, that's an organization that specializes in that. Um, but so here's the problem though, when no one believes you. And I've been talking about this and I'm going to keep talking about it because that's dangerous. It's dangerous and it's unfortunate that there are so many people out there that due to their narrow-mindedness or their religiosity or they're simply just inhumane. They just don't care. um, they ignore when people are trying to say this is a cult. Now, in most cases, it'd be situations where it's like the person themselves were a part of a cult. In my situation, in my son's situation, we were sacrificed to cult, if that makes sense. Okay. We're not cult members. We were sacrificed to cult members. And so I'm going to give you guys something that just happened as I was attempting to seek help. I've already told you all that my phone and my accounts are tapped. They're cloned, they're monitored. People have been playing in it. The other day, someone went in there and deleted a note that I put in there. Okay, it wasn't my imagination. My son didn't erase it. They erased information in terms of anything to do with resources, with me getting him away from here, getting him out of this city, out of this state, out of this complex. Okay. They erased that from my phone. There's other signs of them tapping into my phone, tapping into my internet and devices. Okay. I've shared this. But when no one believes you, this is dangerous. This is why the target then shuts people off because if you don't give a fuck about my life, then I don't give a fuck about you. If you don't care that I'm telling you this is what's happening here, and your answer is everything will work out and no weapon formed against you will prosper, you're not of any use. So you don't tell people that when they're in some kind of captivity, coercive control. But I like that this particular thing that I looked into, it breaks down what that is, the coercive control. So tapping into the device, I was trying to reach out for help and I found a resource because one of the resources will also assist with relocating. It's like, fuck it. If ain't, humans ain't humaning anymore, let me find another way. So I did. And then they started playing with the phone. It kept dropping, and it's not tech issues. It was happening all good and it was working. The phone was working good and dandy, just fine prior to me making this specific phone call. When I started making this specific phone call, then it was like, dude, dude. I was like, really? But I kept going and going. And then when I got somebody on the line, they interrupted it. And then I had to keep trying to call back and kept going, do. And then when I finally got through again, these are all tactics. When I finally got through, then, because it was like a high call volume and they don't have anyone else available. So I got to basically call back tomorrow. But I'm sharing these things because on behalf of the collective and like myself, it is dangerous for people to not believe. I remember this has been a couple of years ago, and maybe she was in on it to begin with. Because, like I said, oftentimes family members are involved, okay, because they're getting money, okay. I hate to have to report that yes, money, okay. Somebody don't want to let go of something that was they stole, and the remedy is sacrificing us to a cult, and their job is to basically slow kill us. None touch terrorism to make it look like a tragedy, to make it look like I was just stressed out. We just got a disease. We just got sick. We just couldn't take care of ourselves. But it was coercive control to make sure that we couldn't do any of those things. They're nonstop above him. And there's nobody that's going to be able to make sense of that to me. It is no longer a mystery. It is not in my imagination. Okay. So if you all out there that ends up seeing this video, we become closed off people because people show that they do not care about our health and our well-being. And they can say, I do care, but care equals action. Care is not an empty religious prayer. So this leads us to the truth that we don't even want to face. These are not things that we easily want to believe. We don't want to believe that everybody got turned against us because of the narcissist, but that's the truth of what happens. The narcissist, and there's usually multiple and not just one. The ringleaders usually are the narcissists, and they have put their fangs in the weak links. Okay, those who are controlled with money, status, sex, gullible, or those who just have a shared hatred for the target, whether it be because the target broke up or the target didn't chase and run after them and pine and cry and grab at their ankles, whether it's a disgruntled landlord that is upset that the tenant, the caretaker has a boundary and is not going to let people just do whatever, because of whatever. They interfered. That's what they've been doing with me getting the necessary resources. I've made a decision. I'm being smart and strategic, and I just want to make it clear I'm talking to the real legit folks that ends up seeing this video, and I am fully aware that the karmics are here. Nope, I'm not that stupid. I know full well who comes first. Ain't nobody stupid. I know their energy stench like garbage. I know because it's the truth. Somebody may not like that, but that is the truth, motherfuckers. Because anybody who is into this kind of cult shit is a sick, depraved vibration, and they can look like the best thing walking, but they still nasty. I don't care if they got the top of the line cologne and perfume; they're still stank nasty. Okay, trash. Now, this is not a game. And because humans are getting more and more fascinating to me, because it's like, oh, how they fucked us good and plenty, bitch. Like the more I look at you, I'm like, oh, they really fucked us. They fucked us bad because the abuse culture and the conditioning that you need to humans need to see somebody. I shouldn't have to be that. I shouldn't have to be come on screen on a screen and be crying, bitch. You know, it was funny to me because and what's real fascinating is sometimes that'd be a show. Sometimes a bitch, a nigga come on there, and then you see their face, you know, with the cry and the tears. Like, now sometimes it's real, but I'm not speaking on folks out there where you legit. Okay, then I'm not referencing you, but I'm just saying that that should not be necessary to take something serious. I'm appalled at the fact that I've reached out to certain ones, like not the ones that I most recently, because I've reached out maybe within a day or two. So I'm not referencing those, but the ones that I've reached out to, I'm appalled at them. I am. I'm appalled because most of them that I reached out to, they claim to believe in God on some level. They claim some kind of Christianity or some level of belief, and then they even claim to know about cults. Like one I spoke to, actually, when we were talking, he actually referenced how most Christians and like church and stuff is cults. Like even he said it. Even he said that shit. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously they're knowledgeable, but see, at the end of the day, anybody that's willing to gamble me and my son's life is an enemy to me. They're an enemy. Yep. This is not a game. Or willing to, people that's willing to let you target whoever you are out there. They're willing to let you like basically bump through it and figure it out and just hide in a corner somewhere, just hoping and praying. Like they're your enemy. That's how I feel. Because this is serious. If this is a cult, if you're really dealing with that, and we have to open our minds to again cult, get the TV version of shit out of our head. I had people doing some weird shit today. Me going minding my business, going about weird as fuck motherfuckers. Weird. And that's because they have been trained on occult rituals by a cult member, a fallen cult member that decided to start their own cult. So they're using the fusion centers to employ these low lives. So now they get to be stalkers for this is how they're doing it. This is how the cult is infiltrating even these fusion center government programs. So all of their people are being hired because their money is funny. So this is how they tapped into some other money. So then they get every crazy motherfucker who don't like you on social media, who's jealous of you. Every motherfucker who you fucked with, and a-holes and niggas and friends and family. Every zealot out there that has a problem with you and have an unnatural passion of hatred towards you. So excuse us. folks in the universe that really feel some kind. Excuse us if we don't want to be bothered with people who take our life like a game or our life as dispensable. In other words, weighing what matters. Oh no, well, we, disgusting. They have the audacity to be upset. Like, well, why they shut down? We shut down because people playing with our lives. They want to ask 20 questions. They want to give us sessions because they're actually triggered by us, motherfucker. Instead of being an actual support and an actual help in a situation. They're into the torture program. They're into the abuse culture, which gives us what we need to know. Okay, very well. We're not going to do that. We're not going to, this is a cult. We need to get out of here. I'm telling you, we've been poisoned. I'm telling you, they're tapping into our device. I'm telling you that they're stalking us. I'm telling you, this is serious. This is not just a crazed ex. This is a community, a group, a criminal enterprise that is tapping into funding to do fucked up shit. And they're only quiet now, possibly so they can do rituals and harvest while I'm online or because I'm online. This is a CULT. And they're sitting, the weirdos are following me around all day, every fucking day, doing weird shit. Weird hand signals behind their back. Those are occult. That they just didn't think I would ever really catch up to that shit. I know about it, which are spells. That's why they do shit when they get on stage and certain other shit. They're spells. They look like fucking zombies. Yeah, fancy and all, but they still all look like fucking zombies. It's that look. It's that cult look on their ass. The cigarettes. This is the smoking. The cigarettes and the this and that. They're doing that constantly, all day, every day. And no matter how I switch it up, they come up with something. I see it. They're predictable. They did it the other day or yesterday, and I managed to get in what I was trying to do. I think it was yesterday. I was like, oh gosh. First, they had somebody come up with their dog would fall on me yapping, but I wasn't paying attention. I was focused on what I was doing. But I knew what was going on the whole time. Anything to try to disrupt me from having solace, coercive control. Come in there. We don't never come to the damn gym. Let's come here with our kids and shit and be now. And they think it's funny, but that explains a cult. They consider this some kind of a form of domestic violence. As you can see here, it says cult, exit, coercive control. And see, people get it twisted because ain't nobody slamming me against the wall, or I don't have any physical evidence of that. Then it's like, oh, well, then they're not, it's not, it's just, no, it ain't no, it's just, it's just them poisoning the environment, putting shit in here, being weird, having their people with cameras in there so they can, no, no, it's weird. Driving in zigzags, all that shit. If you're if you're in it real time, then you get to see it real time. But it shouldn't even matter though. It shouldn't even have to go there. This exists. I was calling this number, and this is what they interfered with. They kept interfering with because they're in my devices. So they, that's course control, so that they couldn't fucking monitor my activity because they're trying to what? Control. It ain't just for annoyance sake, it's because they scared. It's so that they could control, and they feel like if they can manage to know what who I'm talking to, who's talking to me, what I'm looking into, they can start first and foremost doing spell work against it, and then try to get ahead of it in some cases if it's something that they can do to prevent it. So even though they may say with their mouths to everyone, no one's stopping them from leaving. Don't be a retarded bitch. Okay. Don't be a retarded dude suddenly and forget. Nobody is making them stay, but they're making sure that it's difficult to leave. That's the same shit. It's just like when somebody is in a abusive, think about these romantic relationships, and there's one of the person that's the breadwinner, and they got all of the money and everything like that, and they made sure that that other person never whatever. So if they're a covert narcissist, they may say something like, ain't nobody stopping them from leaving. Right. So they're gonna go outside. You made sure to maybe turn a town against them. You made sure that their resources are, depleted. So yeah, try again. Try again. My apologies. The thing went out, the battery, and it just went doo.
Well, that song's gonna be gone in the morning, Mom. You
Okay.
know that.
So as I was saying though, to wrap this up, okay, they illegally put me on a watch list. I'm telling you all this now. It's not, no, it's in fact, it's a fact. It is a fact. This is not an imagination. No, it's a fact. This has provided the funding for this cult to do what they're doing. These cult leaders have connections with cops. Okay? They have connections with cops and other officials here. This is how this is done. And that is what they've been doing to me and my son. Yes.
Oh, you're feeling too.
They look at him like dollars and cents as well on a ledger. Like an asset, not a human being, like a fucking piece of property. Motherfucker stole from me in conjunction, in cahoots with my relatives. This is how this was done. They worked with exes and a family in Silsbee, Texas. This is where it started. And hoes and niggas in Delta Manor are involved. They're hiding the money, some of it, and they don't want to have to give it up, and they don't want to get in trouble for it. And so, again, so the plan is to get me in some kind of trouble, attempt to set me up, drive me berserko, to get me incapacitated, so then they can get their nasty little trash bag hands on my fucking son. Trashy sluts. Bunch of trashy dudes, trash ass niggas. Call themselves a man. Ain't no fucking man. Take care of your family. You're disgusting. But that's the plan. That's what this whole thing has been. Antagonize, stalk, do all these things to drive me berserko so that I can act out, so that the idiots of the society who think they're smart but they're not, sitting up watching thinking they collected some appropriate data but have no clue what the fuck is actually going on. To get me to even just burn out, get sick. That's what they're hoping for and waiting for. These are all the strategies in order to be able to hold on to money and hold on to the secret. That's what this is. For people who can't just, you're too damn logical, you just fucking can't wrap your head around it. That's what this is. Constant spell work on my son, spell work on me, pretending like that's not a thing, like they're not doing that. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, this is done. We're getting out of here. I've made the decision.
I'm not leaving out. Tell us to get what it needs first. Was birthday presents.
Okay, I've made a decision. Okay, I'm not interested. This is my son's third location, and it's done nothing but get progressively worse, which leads me to believe what I was correct about in the first place. It won't do me no good. If I can move him all around Jefferson County, it's not going to do me any good, because it's an inside job.
I can move them throughout Harding, Jefferson, anywhere with Beaumont housing, choice voucher is accepted. It's not going to remedy the problem because it's an inside job. Especially now that I've been illegally put on a watch list. Especially now. The process of housing is, this is standard throughout the U.S. This is why I'm going to have to start from scratch with my son and not include anything way somewhere else. Because the process to having anything is what? This is the way it goes, no? And if the problem is all of these people, you certainly don't want them having no information that they can then give to the other lowlives. Because what? The process is you got to verify, right? You got to fill out an application. No? Don't you? You got to do an application. I don't care how you flip this one. You got to do an application, and it's going to ask about 2 years of verifiable proof of 2 years of residency. No? Which means if it was a problem with those two places, then they have been invited into your new shit. Likewise, if there was a problem, I did a post on my Facebook. It's not the place, it's the program. Likewise, same. If it's running through housing, then that's not gonna matter, because no matter where you choose, even on that side of things, they're gonna obviously know your locations and your information, no? Because you got to go through the process. So no matter where you land, I mean, they got their grubby hands on it, huh? So I have decided this is it. I'm done with this shit. My whole goals and focus and attention is going to be seeking assistance to just totally uproot, even if it means some in the between. It's going to have to be another way, a different, unique way. And I'm open to that. I'm willing to accept that if that means, because if you can't thrive where you are, that's not you living. If you're just in some kind of like some kind of torture maze to amuse the degenerates of a town, and yes, I talk this way, I talk shit because the audacity to come for me in my son's life, it warrants me talking trash about every last one of them. The audacity to put me on a watch list because somebody with their insecurities and their inner child woundings and their jealousies and their prejudices, the audacity to invade me and my son like that. So yeah, I talk mad trash because, again, the audacity to invade in me and my son's goddamn life. To come for our lives on bullshit, on some bogus, retarded ass, gluttony, entitled motherfucking bullshit. Shit that don't even fucking belong to them. So yeah, I'm talking mad trash. And then to try to turn around and make me look like I'm crazy and violent and unstable in the issue, that's why I talk trash. The audacity. To plot me and my son's incapacitation and then got the nerve.
This won't even do because I mean, this kind of money's no good to save ever at all.
I have no respect for none of this. I have no respect for none of this here. 0%.
You just like got this to buy me something?
This cult, please. I have no respect for none of this. They don't have any respect for me. They don't got any respect for my son. So why the fuck should I be having some respect?
English testers.
If you are someone who ends up stumbling across this and you're someone new maybe that I've talked to or reached out to, in part this is for you. So that you can understand what's actually happening. It's ill-advised to go to the very people that's a part of the abuse. You're not about to find the answers by going to the family members of the targets. It's not, you're not. You're going to find the opposite. They're going to lie, keep the lie alive, lie, deny, blame, shiv, Darvel effect, gaslight, triangulate. They're going to do all of that.
Oops.
They're not finna tell you, yeah, so stop right there. Just stop. Going to the family is not where, go directly to the one that you're listening to. It's weird in the first place that people will hear something and they'll go all around the corner. You can find me. See, here's the thing, you know, everything is tapped into. I don't know how, you know, I don't know how much has been deleted and erased and hijacked. They've been playing with my mail for sure. But I've given invitation to my Facebook as I'm using Facebook as a medium, okay? And it's because it's also traceable and different things like that. So if you have questions and you're not involved in this stuff, you're not being asked to don't talk to me, you're not being asked to just, you know, because I'm not addressing motherfuckers. If you're involved, you're on my list, nigga. As simple as that. You're my enemy. Straight up. Because if you're willing to be quiet at me and my son's expense, you're my fucking enemy. You're my enemy now.
Bill Adams.
I don't give a fuck. That's where I'm at in life. People who are willing to sacrifice my life, I don't give a fuck about them and theirs. So I don't care nothing about nobody's family, they baby mama, they baby daddy. I don't care nothing about none of that. Me and my son being dispensable puts me in that energy. Okay, very well, then I don't care. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Right is right, wrong is wrong, just is just, unjust is unjust. Simple as that. I don't care if it is baby mama. I don't care if it's the home. I don't care if it's the hoe you fucking or dude you fucking. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. No, I don't care because you want to be in Hollywood, you're trying to be a star, and I don't care if it's for pop pops, lulu, shoo shoo, boo boo. I don't care. The fact that decisions or the lack of decision is made, which makes me and my son a sacrifice, then I don't care.
Not that she gonna pick up a pencil in there.
Because for people to know the truth and not do nothing, you're worse than these fucking sycophants. You're worse. I was going to Lowe's today and you would think I was trying to break into Alcatraz. I was like, nigga. I laughed. I mean, these motherfuckers not even a fruitcake. I swear, I was like, you would think this. I was trying to Lowe's, y'all. It's like a home improvement type place. Lowe's, they got free internet over there as well, and they got cool stuff. But anyway, Lowe's, you had a trillion cars swarming. You know, back and doing the zigzaggy with the cigarettes. It was crazy. The signals and shit. I was like, you would think I was trying to, the way these motherfuckers was acting, you would have thought that you would have thought I was a 6'4" muscle bound dude with some army fatigue on, looking like I'm fenced with some hand grenade. Like the way they were acting. The way these motherfuckers was acting, you would have thought that's what I was, and not no 140-pound. Oh shit! I stood there. I had to stop. It was so bad. I actually had to stop for a minute because I just wanted to give my I just wanted to look. I was like, just bitch, look, just stand right here real quick, bitch.
Bye.
Just look at them. They going through all this, and I'm talking fancy cars, white people, black people, all the people, bitch. That's it. Ain't crazy. Don't discriminate.
Pokemon Legends Kyurem? That Kyurem is a very expensive Pokemon.
I was like, what do they think I'm finna do? I was asking myself, I'm like, what do they think I'm about to accomplish? What are they fucking scared of? What is that?
You know what, Pokemon?
I don't get it. You know, listen.
Let me know if you guys would want to see
this is why I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gone. I'm finna give me some other assistance, and we finna get away from this, whatever this is, and I'll deal with it. I'll deal, but first and foremost, first things first, get the fuck away from all this shit.
Pokemon Legends Galar, but the Terra League
this is crazy.
A couple years old, you know what I mean? So I would say there is a chance that the plans could have changed in that couple year span, but I would still count on the next Legends game being Pokemon Legends Galar, because we know that Unova is next in line for a remake, and not to mention I feel like a lot more people like
Pokemon generation.
Like there is a pretty good chance that we could see a Legends game, if not for the next Legends game, then maybe the one after that. But if somehow the plans did change and we're supposed to get Legends Kyurem as the next game,
a lot of weird shit happened when I was at Lowe's too. A whole lot of weird shit. I was like, these, and guess what? And some of them they were white, by the way.
You guys would want to see a Legends Kyurem game. I know personally I'd be super hyped if we were getting something like this. I would say Unova's definitely my favorite Pokemon.
For those of y'all who's, maybe you just automatically assume.
Like I was saying,
no, baby.
A couple years ago, but I thought it'd be the perfect time to bring it back, especially now that we have a new console and also all the Unova hype right now. And I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers.
You can have a white coat. I don't know where y'all been.
Swear by right now. Those ones coming up next after Tubby, you think. So let me think it's I
seen them all today. Asians, all of them. Asian bitch by Starbucks.
And in that tier league, we found out every single Pokemon game that was going to come to the Switch 2 in the future. And one of those games that got leaked was obviously Pokemon
Yeah.
Legends Galar, which a lot of people found it extremely interesting that we were going to get a Legends game for Galar, because obviously Galar is a brand new region. Like, we're on Gen 9 right now, so the fact that a Gen 8
They
game
think
was
this shit
getting a
is
Legends
cute.
game definitely means a lot.
That's why I say this is a cult, and people who are not part of the solution becomes a part of the problem as far as I'm concerned.
For this game, including the starters of the game, as well as some new regional variants and a bunch of other interesting info, like the time period that the game takes place, as well as the story and stuff. So we're gonna get into all that stuff in this video, but like always, before we get into it, I just want to say that I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers on the channel. So if you guys don't mind helping me out to reach my goal, I extremely appreciate all you guys.
What are they scared of? Or what are they doing with all of that? Because it was something about lows. I mean, they're always following me around. You would think I was shitting gold bricks or something. They're always following me around.
Stuff to break down in this, and for every game they do, they obviously have to make concept arts for like promotional reasons.
But it was something different
to conceptualize
about
lows.
lows.
So this is something they tend to do, and in this concept
That's why I stopped. It was so much so, which made me stop
you have to make concept
in my
arts for,
tracks.
promotional reasons, and obviously just to conceptualize their ideas for the game. So
This was early in the morning.
In this concept art, we can see a couple extremely interesting things. So the first thing I want to point out is that we can see.
And for those of you who don't know, the reason why TIs switch up how they move, they're told to do that. You're told that if you're being stalked and harassed and all these things, you're told to mix things up. So it does look erratic. It actually does look erratic. But you're told to do that.
Along with Score Bunny, I feel like that would make sense. Maybe
because your stalkers are patterning you, so you're told to mix it up.
Down below, but the second big thing in this picture that I want to point out is that we can clearly see that this is a new regional variant, and Galarian Slowpoke has that kind of yellow feature on it, just like we can see on this Slowking here. So with that, and also the fact that
for the ones that's like, well, why, especially people out there looking at, well, they seem, no, we're told to do that.
Galarian Slowking, or could this even be a third evolution for Slowpoke? Because I think there is a chance that that could happen as well, and it almost looks like there's kind of like a pot in the middle here. So I wonder if he actually is cooking something up. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we'll have to see what this means. Let me know down below what you guys think the story behind this Slowking is going to be, or if it is going to be a new evolution.
Out of everything that I do,
oh really?
It was something about Lowe's that was different.
Just the lighting kind of making the colors look different, or if it's actually some kind of a regional variant. Let me know what you guys think down below.
So too heavy to learn,
might recognize in this picture,
and even too hard to learn.
So it's not the highest resolution. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't see any trainers that we can kind of recognize, or anybody.
It's something in there. It's something to do with Lowe's. That's all I'm gonna say. It's something about Lowe's. Possibly somebody works there.
Modern trainers, yeah, we can't see anything like that in this picture either. So I wonder which trainers
that they don't want me to see.
I would imagine people like Leon, obviously the main characters, and
maybe I already have.
Along those lines, I feel like we'll probably see, and also Ball Guy. I think we'll definitely see his ancestors in this game too, because that's kind of just like a mean character. I feel like it would definitely.
This sucker ball.
Kind of be a missed opportunity if they didn't do something like that. I think that'd be pretty funny.
But see, here's the thing about that. I don't care.
So the goal of this game is going to be to craft the biggest Pokeball, to catch Dynamax.
The greater question is, why don't they want me to see whoever is? That's the greater question, because that ain't even why I'm there.
1,000 years before Pokeball, so I'm not really sure how Ball Guy would fit in there. Maybe we get the backstory of Ball Guy before he became Ball Guy. I think that'd be pretty funny. And then it says we form.
What do they think is going to happen if I see this person, or if this person sees me? Why?
At this time, maybe we just make friends with them, and they.
But I don't even care. See, here's where I'm going with this. At the end of the day, this is where I'm at. I don't care.
Group dynamics and environmental interaction. So all about kind of the mysteries of.
I don't care. I'm not finna play this jigsaw puzzles with these motherfuckers. This is a part of their bullshit.
Craft the first Gigantamax Pokeball using ancient technology. So I don't know, man. I feel like this game sounds really interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm looking forward to this.
I'm out of here. I ain't playing that bullshit. The same antics they tried.
I feel like Gen 10 is definitely going to be extremely unique as well. Like, don't think I'm sleeping on Gen 10, guys. But to me, Legends Galar definitely sounds more exciting. Let me know if you guys are hyped for Pokemon Legends Galar. I think this game's going to be really cool. Like I said,
so who's next?
How all this stuff plays out. Like I said before, I'm trying to
the same old playbook.
To reach my goal. I extremely appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Oh, they'll try to figure out. Nope, no, I'm not. Oh, they'll feel bad. No, I don't. No, I don't. I know that I have cards that says you all when I do readings, you'll see a card that come out that says somebody is afraid, and those things be true because it's gauging there. It's an energy gauge. Okay. So if it comes out, then that's is true of the energy. Okay. It's true of the energy per se that somebody might be in. But here's where I'm at. Again, I'm a buck 40. With my maybe a buck 50, buck 60 disabled son. I have no room for that. This is something that's terrifying for us. And if I can stand and do what the fuck, then anybody else should be able to.
Let's get up.
Especially men. And I know some people will argue that, but that's just me how I feel. Especially a manly man, men.
Oh, we will meet it.
If me and my son is undergoing spell work, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to hear none of that.
Close call.
Scared. So what do you mean? We're victims of. They were a part of it. The poisoning in the spell work. And then they start getting scared of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? No. We don't have room for that.
Hello, Blue Falcon. Lightning 3.
That's why I said I don't care. It's not being mean. It's not me being mean. It's just me saying, okay, me and my son's life matter. I don't have space for that kind of shit. Because that's still just another form of sacrificing somebody. If people are okay with letting me and my son suffer, I'm not okay with them. It doesn't mean that I hate them. It just means that no, those are not people that really have me and my son's best interest at heart. If they're okay with letting us suffer. Simple as that. And I'm going to say it because I mean it to the core of my being. I don't care if it's for their sister, they homeboy. I don't care who it's for. And if this, people pleasing shit, people pleasing, I'm super not cool with that. Not something like this, not something to this magnitude where me and my son's life, the quality of our life is failing and people are trying to unaliven us. And I'm supposed to be cool with motherfuckers not stepping up doing shit. Or better stated, like I said, sometimes these people either beg them to be quiet or bribe or bully them or something like that. Like, just don't say nothing. Yeah, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. You're willing to not say nothing, you're my enemy now. That's where I'm at in life. Okay, you're willing to not say nothing and sit back and basically watch me struggle. You are my fucking enemy. I don't care who you are. I don't care if I went to school with you, church with you, you was around my family. You're my enemy now. You're officially my damn enemy. I don't care if you stepdaddy, cousin, uncle, niece, nephew. I don't care who. You're my fucking enemy now.
keep waiting that long, you won't heal her, bring the special, and even
Weird
going somewhere
ass.
special. And go somewhere special.
You're my enemy.
So it's one meal again. Oh, that's just too tricky.
You're trying to save yourself and your kids at the expense of injustice on me and my son. You're my fucking enemy now. And
So
all
next?
that comes with it.
And I'll put my SDA out. That's how big on tomorrow.
And that's self-love. See, for all the self-love gurus and teachers out there, we don't talk about the darker side of what self-love is. That is actually self-love. Because self-love honors the self and is not going to have shit to do with people who looks at their life as dispensable. It's not going to have any respect for individuals who view and act and behave, or the lack thereof of proper action. Self-love say, don't give a fuck about them motherfuckers. Self-love will say, they obviously don't care about you, so it's idiotic for you to care about them. They was willing to throw you to the wolves in order to save their asses, even though their asses was the foul bitch and the foul dude to begin with. This is a cult. They're doing spells, sophisticated occult ritual practices mixed with, backyard kitchen version. They're putting the weird things, dead birds and weird things. They're burying shit places. They're doing stuff constantly, waiting for me and my son to leave so that they can send one of their degenerates up in here, which is why my cat is terrified. And before you get too smart, they have the capabilities to disconnect internet and all these surveillances. This shit is not ironclad. Before somebody gets smart, but you're not that damn smart, because then if you were, you would know that that could be done. So if you don't want to be a part of the solution, we don't have the bandwidth to play 20 questions and to help somebody to feel like they're relevant and a teacher and wise and shit. Either you care or you don't care. And we already are getting the answers when we deal with you, even if you think you're not giving us the answer.
Right, you. There again. Right, you.
Now I'm going to do another video later on the disturbing news that I found out about another family member, because I got new information.
Time to battle. All right. Hope you're ready.
I already had enough disgusting news. I was like, good gracious God.
Right.
I got some new information, bitch. And it's like, what?
Oh, wait a minute.
Disgusting. Oh, it bothers. Oh, I hate this. It's the truth of my story, but it's like, wow. Violating my son. Oh, I'm going to make sure they are going to pay. I don't care if it's the last thing They are going to, though.
If it won't stop waiting that long, nothing special is gonna earn by sooner or later.
Nasty fuck.
Oh? What's this?
Here comes the first opponent.
Go!
Oh, it's Evie.
Go for it!
I got updated information.
What the hell is that? Oh, it's
And the funny thing is, I got the information, but it's like, if I'm honest, and I was having dreams and stuff, and I just dismissed, or I didn't dismiss it. I just like, oh, you know, I tried to do something energetically in my own mind and heart, because it's like, what is that, you know? But I didn't take it anywhere. I didn't do anything with it. I didn't act. But now, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially since I see what my son suffers and go through, and people getting off on this shit. I'm like, oh, it's on.
what Pokemon will be
It's on
playing
now.
next?
Go, go!
Oh, it's Fleming. Here's the first post.
Oh, hold up. Look at all those Phenom Zero games.
This is
Now,
why
Pickle
we
pencils,
want nothing to do with
let's start
family.
you up.
Family has been the main source of violating our lives.
You up.
They were the first and the main. Everything else stemmed from that.
What reason have you not yet seen
Yes, my
Pickle
disabled
pencils
son,
back
since he was a little boy. What kind of demented fuck?
Whoa.
Weird motherfuckers. Nasty. Anyway, I'm not gonna go too far into this, because this is supply for these parasites. And before some of you learn a few things, there's such thing as energy parasites, energetic parasites. Like, it's like we have literal physical ones. You can, yeah. They're
Oh,
parasitic.
really?
They thrive off of chaos and conflict. They thrive off of even getting targets upset. That's why I said I'm going to end it, because this is supply for them. This is a part of all of their tactics and antics. Torture them, terrorize them, or fuck, you know, do this, and we can get them upset. We get us some supply, bitch. You know that. Yeah, that's what this is. And they may thought I know that. I know it. I do. It's energy supply. They get high off of that. But it only, once again, improves everything that I'm saying, even still. Even with their narcissistic supply of triggering and baiting, it still proves.
Purple heart comes in 120.
Because what kind of people do that? Parasitics.
3 colors at all. They weren't even the top one. And then this one, I think it was.
No healthy, regular people living a regularly healthy life is nowhere trying to sit there and antagonize somebody to get some reactive abuse. So I'm proving my point again.
This is just so ridiculous.
Now, I'm going to end it here. Be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem.
We can't find.
If somebody is in danger, you don't play with their life, and there's no time for a focus group and 30 different Zoom meetings. while people have to deal with having spell work and people being creepy and weird and creeping around the apartment, sitting on their floors doing weird shit.
Should've been in 6.
Weird motherfuckers. Why y'all gotta figure it out? Because after all, these people are prominent members of society. Get your head out your ass and get your head in the game.
Yeah, that was funny.
But it's okay, because I guarantee you this 2026, this is going to be fascinating. This first few months, a whole lot of folks going to give themselves a nice little opportunity. Right after they think they got to win, baby. That's